F-A-T-C-A-T, and y'all rockin' the Fatcat show. This is my show. F-A-T, watch the time on you.
Say it one more time.
F-A-T-C-A-T, and y'all rockin' the Fatcat show. This is my show. F-A-T, watch the time on you.
Here we go. No matter what you say, I'ma spit it how I spit it, so you niggas can't forget it. Everybody is a critic. I walk in the dark with my chronicles veridic, with my game up the bar, so your girl'll let me hit it. Damn, man, my show's simply marvelous. You can stop the hating and debating, you can't argue this. Cause if you found something better, you would sip Moretta while wearing an ugly sweater. But my show you listening, so stop the whimpering. This is for the sinners and the born again Christians. Turn to Philippians. Nope, you can miss me then. If you wanna talk, take my number, you can hit me then. Cause you know my show is rocking. Fatcat, remember that when your girl is shocking. When them headphones are knocking. Fatcat show and you don't stop the knocking.
F-A-T, man, y'all rockin' the Fatcat show. This is my show. F-A-T, watch the time on you.
Say it one more time.
F-A-T-C-A-T, man, y'all rockin' the Fatcat show. This is my show. F-A-T, watch the time on you.
Here we go.
Yo, what's cracking? You rockin' with your boy, the sinister minister, the thinking deacon, the rabbi Raymond Noodle, the chaplain of fried chicken's last rites. Y'all know who it is. That's Fatcat. And I'm down with my dog. Y'all, I don't even need to introduce him, but y'all know who he is. That's Third, man. What's up?
What up, family? It's been a minute. Hope y'all doing good.
Yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in to us tonight, and definitely, you know how we always start the show off, and I did something a little different for the birthdays and the condolences and all of that stuff. I'm going to start as much as I can. The people that are Facebook friends with me, whether I know you close and personal or not, I'm going to start posting your names on the birthday list. So, as usual, we want to give our birthday shout-outs to everybody with birthdays. Little something different. We want to say... happy birthday to Monica Lenore, Jamie Lee Bay, Samari Howard, Evans, DJ Snake D's, Eric Thomas, Paulette Wagner, Tammy Cooper McCurry, Lakeisha Spencer, Scott Brown, and Sweet Wars. We want to say happy birthday to everybody. Everybody out there with birthdays, celebrate, and don't get mad because I forgot you. But this is just people that I got a chance to get to. But if you want your birthday shouted out, make sure you put it in my comment box before the shows so I can shout you out. And also, just like we got life, we got death, and we want to send our condolences out to those who may have lost people. We give our heartfelt condolences out to our people that lost people, and our very own that used to be on the show with us, and Andrea Hagler, she lost her mom, so we want to.
Wow!
We want to give our heartfelt condolences out to Andrea, and all of those who lost people. Just a moment of silence. Yep. Yeah, but anyway, man, I hate to have things start off in that type of fashion, but
that's the balance of life, man.
That is the balance of life. But you know what I've been hearing though. You see, Biz Mark is doing terrible.
Oh man. I think I did see an article about that, but. So he's not getting any better though, huh?
Yeah, they said his kidney shutting down. And man, we gotta cut down on a lot of this stuff. You know, a lot of this stuff that we do. You know, I've been trying to do my health kick. You know, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, man. It's just cutting them habits, man. That's what I'm facing. You know, we get in them ages where you wake up and it's kind of like how your car break down. You be wondering, like, how all of a sudden this just all of a sudden stopped working. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. You wake up like, how all of a sudden my knee just buckle on me, just out the blue, just buckling, just.
You know what I can't stand? Them pop drinkers, man.
Right.
I can't stand them, man.
Man, I tell you what, dude, now that was kind of a big one for me, because like in my teenage years, man, you would never find water in my hand. It was only pop and peach pop at that. But
that's what this is too. And you know what though? But I drink my fair share of water. I drink.
Oh yeah.
I drink my fair.
Oh
share.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. But man, I can't even like I got a little combo the other day, man. I could only like sip the pop twice.
Wow.
It's even sweeter now. It seems like. It's just,
yeah. You definitely can taste. You know the more poison that they put.
Right, you can definitely taste it now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I remember when the Sprite started tasting different. I'm like, man, this tastes a little bit more chemically in there, you know.
No, you know what really tastes off key? Hawaiian Punch.
Ooh, I bet that's just straight paint.
Oh man. Man, they put some turpentine in that bud or something.
Wow.
I'm just like, man, yeah, it's terrible. But we just don't want to talk to ourselves. What are some of the things that y'all notice out here that your favorite beverages or snacks that you taste that you know they taste different? And if you want to comment on it, you can comment on it. But, excuse me, if you want to call in and talk to us about that number is 646-564-9728. Make sure you press that 1 if you want to comment. This is a call-in show, so call in and let us know what you think. But definitely,
I got a good one. Man. Fruity Pebbles.
Oh.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. What? You don't like Fruity Pebbles?
You know what? The last time I ate some of them, I threw up. Oh, man.
Man, the Fruity Pebbles back in the day was my jam, dog. But now it's different, man. They don't have that. It's just different. You can taste that science involved.
Right. You know what? You know what's another one? The Hostess pies. They do not.
Oh, I bet it tastes like straight cardboard now.
Yeah. Oh man. I used to, man. And most of the chips they have now that used to be your favorites be stale. You know, you be like,
damn.
Man, I'm telling you, everything.
Yeah, everything tastes different, dude. And what's interesting that I found that if you go to like Mexican restaurants or not Mexican supermarkets, they have all the stuff with less ingredients before they started adding all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they sell their products to like Central America, Mexico. You'll get a Pepsi with 4 ingredients as opposed to the paragraph that's this long, that's this tall.
Right.
You know.
But you know what? And then when they have the knockoff like little mom and pop stores, like you go to Aldi's or Save a Lot that sell the off-brand stuff, like you might be looking for Fruity Pebbles and you get Fruity Stones and
right.
Sugar Smacks and you get Sugar Slap.
Right. Sugar Treats.
all of that type of stuff, you know, and then you
but
they taste.
That's weird though, because I mean, it's like They don't even mean shit no more though. Like, cause like the name brand stuff is so degraded. It's like you only the name brand, the no name brand might be the better shit now.
Yeah. That's what my wife told. She said, I want you to, when she had her surgery, she said, I need snacks. She said, I need you to go get me some Keebler Club crackers, stuff like that. The Keebler Club crackers, they expensive as hell. They like $6, almost $7 or something like that. So me, I went to Arby's. I see club crackers. I said, it looks like it. Maybe it tastes like it.
It sounds like it. Snap.
Hey, and it's only $1.59. Yo, thank you. I went and grabbed that box, boy. I took it home. She said, these are not the same. I said,
nah, you already know.
I said, but try it. She tried. She said, it do taste. I said, I told you I knew what I was doing.
Right.
I just loved
and I saved a buck. That'll get her on my side.
I was just watching it today. Dang, I really don't belong up here. Maybe I had to say something about black people struggling. Yeah,
that'll get him on my side. Classic. So classic.
You had to destroy him like that, though. That was just horrible, dog. But anyway, man, I hate to even just flip off of the topic we've been talking about.
No, but snacks is important, man. But like you said, man, snacks. Like, it's some good snacks out there too, but like, bruh, they gonna hit you in the pocket.
Right.
They gonna hit you $4-5 for a little bitty, and they using the whole fill up the bag with air and all this other shit. By the time you get to the damn snack with all the plastic and the wrapper and all that, bro, you got like a handful. Like, can I get another, mother?
You know what? I would laugh about my grandfather, man, and God rest his soul, man. My grandfather used to buy some snacks and stuff, and we used to be like, Granddad, can we have some? And just say he'll have something like, let's say, Crunch and Munch. I use I use Crunch and Munch, and that don't even taste the same no more. So Granddad he'll grab a napkin. He'd grab a napkin, and then he'll take the box and he'll shake a few of them all. He'd be like, "That's about 50 cents worth right there." He's like,
oh wow! He out there. He giving y'all the how when you go into the bulk stores, you gotta scoop it with the. He up there weighing in his mind. That's hilarious.
Right. But man, he was all my grandfather, man. He'd give you the world though. But it just made me laugh, and I do stuff to my kids like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Man. And another thing that never tastes the same to me too, Cracker Jacks. Oh.
Cracker Jacks. Wow. Yeah, it's been a minute since all our favorites, man. Now I tell you who has stepped the game up, and ladies and gentlemen, they might be one of the best cereal out here, and that's like all the Chex.
Oh yeah.
Get you the blueberry Chex. They smaller now. Blueberry Chex, the cinnamon Chex, bruh. They stay crunchy. You know what I mean? I don't know. Now, some people like this shit like soggy, which is ridiculous. But, bruh, Chex have stepped their game up, and Chex is A1 now.
Wow. See, and that's the thing, too. Because remember when you used to let's go back to pop. Now, remember when you used to could drink a Faygo? 2-liter Faygo, and you put it up, and it still got the fizz and all that. Man! But now,
nah, it's almost like that. You get that first swig, and then after that, it's all downhill. It's all downhill after that first swig, bro. And that first swig don't even bite you like that no more.
Hey, you drink one swig, then you go to drink another one. You like, man, now that's high quality H2O.
Right, flat as a damn tire.
Right, you like man, but hey, you know, I know a lot of little things that's just off key, man. Now they don't even care about quality no more. They just quantity.
No, it's out the door, dog. Quantity. And now now interestingly enough, though, that kind of opens a lane for a lot of these niches. You know what I mean? People making their own little homemade stuff. And that's why you're seeing a lot of different new products coming out locally, and people and people making some good stuff now, man. Right. So that's all the reason to support your local, your local folks.
Right.
Black owned especially.
Yeah, because what? Master P doing that rice.
Oh yeah, he don't give my dog. He just be throwing his name on stuff, dog. That's like I can't. You know what? Let me shut up.
Uncle P's rice.
Yeah. Hey, whatever.
You know, hey. I mean, what can we do? You know what?
It is what it is. As long as he, it's a decent product and one of our own, I guess, is doing it. You know, I guess he can. That's what you gotta ask for.
You know another thing that I seen on Facebook today, and they brought. I was strolling through and I seen something about a lady that is responsible for Shakespeare's plays and poetry. A black lady. And I said, dog.
No surprise. That doesn't shock me at all. I mean, considering that to find out that Beethoven was a Moor, he was black.
Yeah.
And Beethoven's teacher was black.
Yeah. And they said
so like, bruh.
And they said, what's the name? Shakespeare was really illiterate.
Wow.
And that he stole this lady's plays because at the time, you know, she was a slave and she couldn't publish nothing.
Wow.
So he would take
that is no shock at all.
He would take her.
I would love to read that. Love to read that information.
Yeah. So the thing is, and this is just, you know, I don't try to spread hate, you know, or anything, but this is some of the things, white people, why black folks be mad. You know what I'm saying? Why we
stolen legacies?
Yeah, like we be, you know, because just think of what that poetry could have did for that lady's family in years to come. You know what I'm saying?
Question is, would it even seen the light of day had they just left it be and a black woman made it? You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's that. You know what I mean?
And then we got what? Jim Beam. You know, we found out Jim Beam was made by a black man. Even something with the Colonel with the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah. Potato chips. What's another one? Jack Daniels.
Yep.
Black man's recipe.
Let's go. The assembly line, the cars, the internet, cell phone, you know, all of this
cell phone
stuff. And then, but we the most despised race in the world, and it's just crazy to me that we put all of this out and we don't own not one thing. And it's just, you know, it's getting tiring though, you know. All of this is getting tiring, you know. So I just want to get into this topic because we got 10 minutes to discuss it. And I want to get into this topic today. And it was about 2 years ago about the young lady who classmates stabbed and killed her over a boy in Fitzgerald High School. And it was crazy. It was crazy.
She stabbed her at the school?
She stabbed her and killed her at the school. I got the video and we're gonna discuss it. We're gonna discuss the the thing right quick, and if you got any comments, like I said, that number is 646-564-9728. Press
Good.
1 if you want to comment. So check this video out.
A teenager will stand trial in the deadly stabbing of a girl inside a classroom at Warren High School. Today, new revelations about what Tanea Lewis allegedly told detectives in the aftermath of the attack. 7 Action News reporter Jennifer Ann Wilson live at the courthouse with the final testimony heard today. Jennifer Ann?
Yeah, so the detective that took Tanea Lewis's statement took the stand. He says Tanea told him right off the bat she was a straight A student, and before she would give any statement, she demanded to speak to a boy named Evan.
She stated that they were working on their relationship at the current time. She stated that he was the love of her life, and then she stated that Miss Gibson had ruined everything.
Detective Jim Twardowski took Tanea Lewis's statement almost immediately after the stabbing.
I asked her how she knew Miss Gibson. She stated, "I don't like her." I then asked for clarification on why she didn't like her, and then she stated, "I hate her."
Deanna Gibson was stabbed to death with a steak knife back in September in the midst of class at Warren Fitzgerald High School. Tanea Lewis is charged with first-degree murder in her death. Detective Jim Twardowski says he asked her in the interview how the day began.
She indicated that she had fed the dog and then taken a knife out of the kitchen, a small knife out of the kitchen, and brought that with her.
The detective says Lewis only described events before and after the stabbing.
She was listening to music, and then at some point the class was stood up to get into different groups. She then indicated that she was facing Miss Gibson, and then she remembers everything going dark.
Now her defense.
Now,
Wow.
see, the thing is, and not that it makes any difference. Don't get me wrong. Not that it makes any difference, but the boy they was fighting over was white. Well, she stabbed and killed her over was a white boy.
Wow.
And so the thing here, she was sentenced today to 27 to 60 years.
Woo-wee.
27 to 60 years.
How old was she again when she did that?
She was 17.
Wow.
That was 2 years ago,
Threw her
2013.
whole life away.
And you know what, though? But think about it. She's what? She's 19 now.
Yeah.
She's 19 now, 27 years. She's still going to have some good years of her life. But she got to do that prison time. So a lot of them, you know, my wife thought the sentence, Mean Queen thought the sentence was too harsh. She thought it was too harsh. The family of the victim don't think it's enough time. They want her to do life.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I can understand the family's side, feeling that, hey, she's a life for a life, but man, that's a. I mean, therein lies what do you feel the value of life is? If somebody does a cold-blooded murder like that, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's not self-defense.
And you know what? The teacher that tried to stop it said that the girl was smiling while she was doing it. So the question is, I made this statement on the other show, and we see the disparities when it comes to justice with black and white, and most of the time they throw the PTSD syndrome on whites, and blacks is just negligence, and so what would make a kid at 17 think that life is just so, this is just it, you done did, I'm about to do the ultimate because this seemed like the end of the world. You trying to take my boyfriend and I'm just going to kill you.
I mean, there's a certain amount of that's extreme emotional immaturity. And when you don't really see it from your parents, that will be your very first tutelage, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be your very first example of seeing whatever it is in your parents?
Right.
You know, so you got to look at that, and then you know, it's a whole bunch of factors after beyond that. Was she you know, was she abused in any way, sexually or whatever? But that's my first take. Is what was her appearance like?
Right.
You know,
Right. So it's crazy. It's crazy because man, look at this, man. I'm slipping, dog. I got you. Your face still covered, dog.
it's all good.
Yeah, you know, it's just crazy to me that she would choose to go to this extreme with it. You know what I'm saying? I know. You know, I had anger problems when I was a kid too, but mine wasn't. You know, and I just see, you know, just growing up in the area that we grew up in. You know, was just, you know, enough right there to be like, you know, hey, you know, I want to do something to somebody, but we didn't take that route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't. I mean, I was angry at plenty of things, but I know I didn't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah. I never really had that spirit of really wanting to hurt a person to that degree. You know, even if I was like had to fight a motherfucker, I never felt like, oh, I want to end this person's life. I never, and if I know if I was put in a situation where I know that I would more than likely feel that way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't deal with that person. I wouldn't even want to be around them. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what though? The thing that's the worst is that it's a shame that, like, you could look at the victim and you could see she was a beautiful young woman. And the girl that did the style, I know it's a prison, like a jail photo and all that, but clearly.
You got a picture up?
See, she right next to her. See my eyes? Clearly. You can see she was more beautiful than that girl. And then,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And you have to tell sometimes when you
I see what you're going.
When you got a beautiful kid, you got to tell them that you know you're gonna have women jealous. You gonna have jealous, and they gonna be trying to beat you up and do.
So that's interesting. So you just upon the assessment of the entire situation, what old girl look like, that being a factor, you feel that there was jealousy involved with this.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's always a factor, but that's for sure, especially at those ages. You know what I mean? Yes. And this generation, like I said, a lot of them are a lot more emotionally immature than we were, and we were emotionally immature. You know what I'm saying? But it's even. It might be even worse now.
Right. So I'm just like, and you know what? I have to tell my daughter that, and I'm not being biased. I have a beautiful daughter, and I tell her too. You got to be careful, because I seen a couple of her classmates when she was a kid. I said, "Oh, wait a minute now." Hey, Precious over there might be jealous of you, so you gotta be
Precious.
You gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? And she, Daddy, they always saying mean things, and you have to tell them, because look at her, look at that over there, and look at you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to be mean, but
yeah.
But you have to give them that reality, like. Right, like, hey, that's what it is, and people be, these kids can't decipher that type of, that level of, of thought process, like, they just trying to figure themselves out to even know what.
Right. And that's why it's important, like, for parents at a very early age to really drill home a kid loving themselves, being fully embracing who they are very early, allowing them to, explore by just really nurturing them properly.
Right.
And You know, especially the young sisters. You know what I mean? Your little girls. It's very important to show them to love themselves and who they are, because you know the society puts a hell of a burden on females and how they supposed to look. You know what I mean? And so they feel that peer pressure very early.
Amen. Amen. You know what? With that being said, I don't even have to say no more. But anyway, we want to get into our topic of today, and this is going to be a real good one. And it's, does the man have to be the top earner in the relationship to be respected? Wait a minute. I'm just going to do this right quick. Because I don't want to see the faces. But anyway, no, man. But anyway, it seems that way to me. It seems that way to me because I think the tide is changing. Because you look at, I'm gonna go back to my grandparents. I'm gonna go back to my grandparents' age until now, and you look at the structure, the family structure. Then, you know, where the 9 times out of 10 the women didn't have to work. You look at how the economy and all of that was back then, and prices of things and all of that stuff back then, and of course, a man can work and take care of his whole household. You know what I'm saying? And my grandfather, like I said, when he moved the family here, you know, he had 3 kids. He moved the family here, and his wife. And so he said when he got here, he got a job at General Motors, and he said he was making like $1.25 an hour or something like that. At that time. But then you got to think of what $1.25 back then meant. And that was like 1950 something. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think of what that meant back then. And so now you move and prices and inflation hit all this stuff. And now you're dealing with a different era. It was kind of different now where we moved to my mom's era where now mom and dad not together, you know what I'm saying? Now you got a single household, kids, and then, you know, I'm not afraid to say it. You know, my mom got on a little assistance then, you know what I'm saying? So I knew what Focus Hope cheese was. I knew what powdered milk was, the raisins, the juice, I knew what all that stuff was back then and stuff. So it was a little bit different. So now, you know, you got these women now that was raised by these mothers. Our era, let me say our era, Generation X, we messed a lot of things up. Drugs, partying, drinking, all of that. We messed it up. So the family morals really went down then. You know, you got a different breed of woman now. You know what I'm saying? That don't even care about taking care. I just did a video with a chick that said that was talking about Child Protective Services came and took all 7 of her kids, and she was celebrating. And we got a lot of
I seen that, man.
We got a lot of parents like that, a lot of mothers like that now. And then you like, and you look at it and you like, man, and like me and you always talk about the entitled attitude of most of these women that think, just because I got some good between my legs, that's all I got to bring to the table. But you got to bring everything to the table. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you ain't got enough for me, but what do you got? What are you helping me with other than just giving me some? I mean, I could use this right here and get a cheap thrill and just, you know, be happy.
Bruh, it's a hell of a discount. There's a cheap way out. That's for damn sure.
Right. It's sad, man, that, you know, we at this point, and it's like, you know, you always hear that type of thing where women like, you know, hey, you don't make more than me, you can't do nothing for me. You know, to me, all money count. I don't give a damn if I had a 25 cent, my wife had a penny. All of that shoe. But we got 26 cents. We balling together. You know, so it's like, So, and who taught this? Where does this where does this come from?
Hey man, it comes from that, like you said, from those eras from long ago. Where, I mean, I thought about this topic a lot because, like you said, man, it seems to be coming up a lot more, and the whole male bashing thing is starting to be a thing, and so now what coming into question even more is a man's worth and what he should be doing, what he need to be doing. But I mean, a lot of that came from back in the day, man, where it was a patriarchal society, you know what I mean? And the woman's worth or value was little other than at home, pregnant and barefoot. That's the stereotype that it was. Mm-hmm. So with that type of society going on, really, women were treated like another one of the kids, i.e., you gonna take care of a woman, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so you're gonna get out there and provide, and she's gonna stay at home, have very little input on what we gonna actually be doing, other than that which is going on in the house. Now, let's speed up to today. We got a totally different world. We got a totally different society. We got so many more bills, so many more things that we're actually needing money for, insurances and this, that, and the other. In today's world, the average middle class household needs 2 incomes.
Right.
Sorry. Right. That's the reality.
Right.
It's all hands on deck, niggas. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Right. Shit. Right. And so unless you got it like that, but again, let's talk about the averages. The average household don't have it like where one person, in this case, was supposed to be the guy, is holding down everything, and while the wife is at home and taking care of the kids in the house and so on and so forth. But let's look at that. Today, you got less people wanting kids. 1. 2, you got less women are actually good at being a homemaker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and you got a lot of, let's look at the other way, you got a lot of men that can do a lot of the cooking and don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of households where you're finding out that everybody's figuring out who's best at what. You know what I mean? Who are you strong at? If you're a dude and you're at home, and somebody brought up this point, if you're a dude and you can fix this, fix that, change this, cut the grass, how much money are you saving? That's an income. Right. You would be paying somebody for all those services. Right. But if this dude is doing this, that, and other, he's saving the household money. Right. And therefore, in an odd way, actually making the household money. Right. Right. You see what I'm saying? So there's some value there. But again, not we got this ideal that all women are going to want to be at home, and all women are going to want to have kids, and all women are going to be good at cooking and cleaning and so on. And how many women actually really, if they were thrown in that situation, would enjoy that life? I don't think they would. No, I don't think they would. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, if that's what if that's what they're saying that they want, okay, in that world, you might as well take away Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce. They wouldn't have time to be Oprah Winfrey. They would be in the kitchen chopping onions. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So what are you really asking for when you say, I want this quote unquote security? And again, then you got the rise and fall within a relationship, far as jobs. What if he can lose his job? Injury, fired, she can lose her job. Injury, fire, what happens? You know, the other person might have to take on the load for a minute. These are real life shit.
Yeah.
We ignoring all that. We got our heads in the sky about this dreamland, and on the ground level, we got real life shit that happens. I've been there where I've had, where I was the breadwinner, lost my job. My wife had to hold it down. I find a job. She lose her job. I'm holding it, and then so on and so forth. And in a household that needed 2 jobs, you know what I'm saying? So it's these, and we've been together for a minute, as you know. So what is people really looking for exactly? Are you looking to fulfill this fake dream, or are you looking for things to actually work?
Right. And you know what's so sad? In the mind, reality is smaller than the image or the agenda that's promoted. And it's like, and it's so crazy that what made me think about this is where the ideal that's promoted. Let me go to the wet, excuse my language, wet as pussy video, and you look at this.
Oh yeah.
The statement Cardi B made: "I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got that ring." And a lot of them think that's reality.
Bingo. And we know how influential music is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember, bitches ain't shit but hoes and all. These are songs. You know what I mean? And we know that they are influential. Yeah. So, what exactly are we? What are you teaching your child? What are you teaching your daughter? What skills is that instilling for her to she want to be taken care of? So obviously, this guy that has all these attributes that you're looking for in him, he's going to have a certain mindset like, oh, I can do all these things. Why would I possibly deal with some hood rat skank who's looking to only, you know what I mean? He gonna be, that's where he gonna be at. He ain't gonna be trying to talk to somebody that's only thinking like that. He gonna be looking for somebody that want to build with. So again, we gotta get these entitlements. Just throw them out the window. You know what I mean? What can you bring? Can you bring a table and chairs?
Right. Let's go to the statements. Some of the statements that you heard that really, and we gonna talk about our community, black women in our community. Some of the statements that really mess the minds of black women up. And number one, you gotta use what you got to get what you want. That was number one that messed the minds up. What basically now if you, to me, that sounds like a prostitute. But if I say it to you, you offended. But you're not offended that it was said and promoted to you.
Exactly. Woo! There you go. Yeah.
So it's just.
So you basically scared of the truth of what the reality is. You are suggesting that if I have these goods, that I will get something for these goods. That is called a transaction. That is an exchange. Let's just call it what it is, and then you'll actually. I had this conversation with somebody, one of our ex-coworkers, about this very subject, and I just told her, like, if you want to maximize what it is that you're trying to do, you got to keep it real with yourself. That's number one, because you're blocking yourself by trying to call it all these other things, and you getting offended. No, go call it what it is, and now maximize that to the nth degree. If it's hoeing, call it that. Be free. Say what it is, and be the best at it.
Right.
But when you got all this identity crisis of calling things other things.
Right.
Now you got a really a low key blockage there, and you blocking your blessings.
See, and you're right, because it goes back to thinking back to my grandfather again. When I asked him what he did at General Motors, he was a janitor there. He's called it household technician. So it's like, because they switched the name, they think, oh, this gives it a
lighter touch,
so that I don't feel so bad about it.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. No judgment here. Remove the guilt from it. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to remove the guilt by calling it something else.
Right.
And if that's what you're doing, if you feel you have no other skills that can give you value, and that the only skill that you have is the ones that was actually just kind of
God-given.
God-given and whatever. I mean, your body and your looks.
Yeah.
It is what it
is. Yeah. So, and then another one, it ain't tricking if you got it. Oh my God, man! I when I first heard that, man, I wanted to choke the person saying it.
Hey, man, it's just moving around and moving the chairs around to call it something else. That's
So
avoiding the truth.
Yeah, it's because I'm so glad that, and I got a chance to grow up and see women of integrity. So I really got a chance to know and see, to be able to set the bar for my wife. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to hold her
in what you want. And what you want in a wife, for sure.
Not trying to make her be them, be them or anything.
Certain standards.
Just certain standards. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because even now, in my walk right now and what I'm doing, going into the ministry and possibly being home to be the pastor of the church, my wife, moves to being first lady. And so that's a certain other, status for her. And so
status bracket.
Yeah. So it's more like dog, And I always tell her, I say, babe, this is just my spiritual walk, and I understand. I said, don't feel intimidated by it. Just, just walk in it how you walk.
She expressed a little bit of pressure that she feel from it.
No, she really don't. But I don't want her to feel like she has to be.
Live up to. I got you.
Certain way, like people be, playing with her. This is just people playing with her. Like, oh, you the next sister friend. My grandmother. Like, you the next sister friend. This and this and that. See, my grandmother was a different type woman. Even if my grandmother disagreed with my grandfather, she didn't let it be known, like, out in public. She didn't jump. She did that. And the funny thing about it, my wife is in a woman's group, right? And they talk about certain things, and most of these women are like evangelists, chaplains, and all of this and that. And so the thing that we seeing in the church now, the change being, is that from the old church, like from the way church used to be ran, like in my grandfather days and me coming up, that you didn't see women in the pulpit, which the Bible,
evolution happening,
So which the Bible kind of like teaches against women, basically women being, kind of like dominant over men in the pulpit, just being in charge of men, because we were taught that there's an order to God. Which it is. It's an order to God. He has a certain order. And and one of the chaplain lady, she was talking to my wife last night, and she was like, you got so many women now that want to be men. They want to be dominant over their husbands, and true enough, not saying that that I want to be dominant over my wife, but at the same time I know that two can't lead. You know what I'm saying? Two people can't lead. And it's like somebody has to be the top authority of, you know what I'm saying? It always
somebody has to be the support system, and somebody has to be
somebody
you know
got to be that top authority. And a lot of times, you know, even with, I told you, with opening the church, you know, even before that, me and my wife, we said, before the ideal God called me to open the church, we were looking at road maps. We was looking at the world maps and trying to pick cities to explore that we would like to live in.
We've been doing that too.
And so, and then this pops up, and then it was a whole different ball game, and my wife had to listen to what I laid out on the table. You know, she said, "But wait a minute, we was talking about doing this and going here, but now you done changed the game plan. What happened?" Well, I had to tell her this, like, honey, if you never trusted me before, trust me right now. This is something that my walk is taking me, and we need to do this. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm glad that she could have said, "Hey."
That's some support, man. Wow, that's honorable.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
you don't see that for today's that level of loyalty. So that's excellent.
Yeah. So that's what we you know really talk about. You know, and my wife could have been like, "Nigga, I'm the breadwinner. What the hell?" You know, because my wife do make more than me, and I ain't scared to say that. You know, she made.
Hey man, whatever. Hey, people gotta understand. It's about what works in your household. You are literally your own sovereignty. Once somebody crosses the threshold of your door and your front door or whatever, you in a different land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got different rules, government, everything.
Yeah.
So whatever works there, hey, it is nobody else's business.
I like how you put that too. like somebody put a cross over your thing, you like, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Right? Yeah. Who goes there? You know what I'm saying? Let me see your papers.
You like, "This is my order of decree for me."
Right.
You know. So definitely, man. You know, I'm wondering if any women right now that's listening to this broadcast, do you have a problem with your man making less than you? Do you see it as like disrespectful, dishonorable, or you know what I'm saying? How do you view? Do you look down on the person, or do you give him the same respect that you know that you would give? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, I think the people that tend to have an issue with that, one, of course, is an old program, and so that's, you know, they're gonna, even some guys will even feel a certain way about it because the programming says that, you know, you're the guy, you're supposed to be making this, that, and the other more. You're supposed to be provider, You know what I mean? And when that becomes the goal, guess what falls by the wayside? Actually wanting to be with a person,
right?
Or why you want to be with a person,
right?
That gets completely skewed because you got a woman who is looking for somebody when they go out into, I am single, I'm a woman, and I'm going out here, and I want somebody to take care of me and provide, to be the provider, and so if they find that person that can do that. Now they have this battle that they gotta, you know, oh man, he can do that. That's a big part of it, but I don't like the motherfucker. Or you know, he just, our chemistry is just, we cool. We cool, you know what I mean?
Right.
No, you know what I mean? As opposed to two people that really work, that really want to be with each other, and they found a way to actually to fit, you know what I mean? Even though it's not this whatever image that the world deems. See, and that's, you know, everybody trying to live up to what the world say, as opposed to what's actually going on inside and what's actually working.
Right,
you know
right. So let me ask you, besides lesbianism, Do you think this is one of the reasons why most women have this attitude? I don't need a man. Like financial discrepancies. Like do you?
Yeah, sure. Because you got to think if we going through this kind of like this man hating phase, it seems right now. You got to think a lot of women are coming out in the field, basically like these men ain't shit because they don't do that that we were just talking about. Yeah. If they got that in their head going out there, and that's what they see a man is supposed to be and what he's supposed to do, and the average guy is not doing that, for whatever reason. And them themselves, usually, then, of course, you got this automatic resentment, this certain level of resentment that they just going to walk around with by default. You know what I mean? So that's why getting a good morning from a nice-looking young lady can sometimes be a daunting task for a dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? That could just a simple hello or good morning. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
and you ain't lying because it like, and I ain't gonna say this is all women, but it's a lot. Like when certain women get money, then they get to a certain status, and they begin to hold their head up, turn their nose up, and like you said, if you even say hello to them, they take it as disrespect or you beneath them. You shouldn't even be speaking to them because you're not even on their level. And it's what I'm saying. And you wonder, like, and most men now, most of the good men now, that's really looking to get with a chick and build and. You know what I'm saying? Look, I may not make as much money to you, but I make enough that that I could do some things. I can change things about my life. You know what I'm saying? I got goals, I got aspirations just like you. You know what I'm saying? You might have got it together earlier than me, but if you already done counted me out, we ain't got no chance to build.
Just based on that one little, attribute. And I mean, hey, if the brother ain't got it going on at the moment, you obviously and you are compatible on all these other personality traits or whatever, the chemistry's there and all that. See what is his plan? What does he got? What is he into? Where is he going with it? Right. Does there something be beyond that, or is it just empty promises? So,
right.
Ain't nobody saying had no terrible standards and just take any old nigga. But the point is, when you got two people that's truly equally yoked, you got a woman who can take care of herself, can heal herself, not looking for a man to make her happy, and a guy is not looking for a woman to make him happy. And he can take care of himself. He can cook. Think about that. If you got two people who can do their own cooking, who can make their own money, only thing that's left is how it work. You know what I mean? It's true love there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when you got this expectation looming, it's like, what are you really here for then? You really here to just get the free ride? Really low key?
Right.
To get the easy life, or is this about building?
Right.
60 seconds.
Right. But anyway, man, I love this show, man. I really love this topic right here, and man, I want to thank you for just assisting me on this, man, and just anytime I reach out to you, it's always a good thing, and we always have some powerful talks and shit.
Oh yeah, all the time.
But people not even privileged to the off the camera talks that stuff that we be having. That be real jewels in it. So, but anyway, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and make sure, like I said, you subscribe to the Fatcat Show Network on YouTube and follow us on all the other platforms, iHeart, Spotify, Deezer,
10 seconds.
Show your love and take care of yourselves. God bless, peace, and we up out of here, y'all.
Peace.